Johnson play action, going to the end zone. Matthews caught it, touchdown! Ball game! San Diego State!
Well, that was on Friday night. Aztecs get out of the Bay Area with a big win, 19-13 in double overtime. And right now, a man that was a big part of that win, he had a touchdown catch in the first overtime. He had the game winner in the second overtime. A young man that's really forged a great career for himself out at San Diego State, and that is Jesse Matthews joins us on the Premier Chevrolet Carlsbad Fan Hotline. Jesse, welcome. How you doing today?
I'm good, John. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, great having you on. What was it like? You caught that first touchdown in the overtime, and that was your first touchdown catch of the year, and then bingo, you come right back in that second one and catch the game winner. How did that feel?
It felt surreal. Felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders a little bit, but I'm glad that Lucas just had the trust in me to throw the ball up to me and let me go make some plays.
Jesse, you've really put together a great career. It's been kind of fun to watch a young guy out of Christian High. You walked on. You were a scout team player of the year that first year, and then, boy, your redshirt freshman year, you started to make an impact and really having a nice career. I know they haven't thrown the ball a lot this year. You got 11 catches right now, but the two big touchdowns. And kind of talk a little bit about this ball club, and I'd also like you to talk a little bit about how you got to San Diego State with Coach Long and then Coach Hoke coming in and taking over the program, and maybe some differences between Coach Long and Coach Hoke. They do things similar or totally different?
Yeah, starting off with how I got here, I was a walk-on, obviously. Didn't have a lot of offers coming out of high school. Just sent my film out to the coaches and was lucky to have the opportunity to walk on here. I tried to make the most out of that. Just really worked every day to be the best version of myself that I could be. And then going on and earning Scout Team Player of the Year was a huge honor. Just a testament to the kind of work you have to put in each and every day. And then going into my redshirt freshman year, working my way through spring ball, having a good spring ball, and then working in the fall camp. I had a pretty good fall camp as well. So I earned myself a spot as a starter. So that was surreal. And just making the most out of all those opportunities is really the common theme there. And then going into how Coach Long and Coach Hoke are different. I mean, this program has kind of always been known to be kind of a hard-nosed, run the ball down your throat, play hard defense. And it's really all about toughness. So that really never changes. And our motto and our intensity really never changes between the coaching changes. But of course, they're two different people, have two different personalities. They're both great coaches, great men, and we appreciate what they have done for us here at San Diego State.
We're visiting with Jesse Matthews, star wide receiver at San Diego State. And Jesse, I want to read off some of your accolades just so our listeners know what you've done as a former walk-on. 2019, you won the Byron H. Chase Memorial Trophy as the Offensive Player of the Year for the Aztecs. 2019 Co-Outstanding Freshman Award. Go back to 2018. You and I both talked about you were the Offensive Scout Player of the Year. And then when you guys played in the New Mexico Bowl in 2019, you were the co-most valuable offensive player. So, man, you got to talk to Lucas and Jordan. You got to talk to them and say, hey, man, you got to throw the ball my way a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, we're working on it every day. We know how great our offensive line is, and in our run game, we have a great running back in Greg Bell, and all those guys in the room, Jordan, Kagan, Chance. All those guys work hard every day. So we know we have there, but like I said, we're working on the passing game, developing that trust and that cohesion with the quarterback. So trying to get there every day, and all we can do is just take it a day at a time, and hopefully we start throwing the ball and still running the ball so efficiently.
Hey, what was the attitude on the sidelines the other night? I mean, you guys are really struggling in that ball game, and Matt Ariza, once again, he's had just an incredible year. I mean, whether it's been kicking field goals or punting, I mean, he had an 86-yard punt the other night, but what was the atmosphere like what were you guys saying on the sidelines? Because you guys were having a hard time moving the ball, and then you go to that overtime, and it's 6-6. I mean, that was like a throwback game to the 50s.
Yeah, I mean, you speak about Matt. I think he's the best punter in the country. Obviously, we're not undefeated without him, and the way he's able to flip the field. But we were a little frustrated on the sideline during that game, not being able to help out our defense the way they were playing, and not being able to put up points is obviously very frustrating. But we know that once we take it to overtime, we had trust in our red zone offense. We know our defense was going to do a great job of stopping them. So we were a little frustrated, but after that, we had to put that frustration behind us and focus on winning the game.
Hey, Jesse, I want to ask you a little bit about being a walk-on. You said you weren't really all that heavily recruited out of Christian, and Christian's got a good high school football program. For a number of years, they've been, one of the better programs in San Diego County. But you come to San Diego State, and obviously there had to be a trust factor with you coming there because you wanted to get an opportunity. You just didn't want to be a number and be a guy that, was fifth string. You wanted to have an opportunity. And a lot of programs will bring walk-ons in, but they don't really give them much of an opportunity. San Diego State, under Rocky Long and now under Coach Hoke, they kind of have a reputation of giving those guys a chance where a lot of programs say, oh, yeah, come on, you can be a walk-on, and they never really give you a chance. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, actually, I sat down with Coach Long before I came here, and he said, I'm going to have to work for everything I get. So that was the mindset I had coming into it, just trying to go out there and work for everything that I could get and make the most out of my opportunities. And personally, my receiver coach, Coach Coop, he said he doesn't treat you any differently if you're walk-on or a scholarship guy. He's just going to play the hardest workers and the best guys that he has. So that's a testament to Coach Coop and him just trusting in my work and trusting in the results that he saw on the field, and not really caring if I'm a walk-on or a scholarship guy. Just seeing my work that I put in.
And we're visiting with Jesse Matthews, wide receiver at San Diego State, our guest here on 97.3 The Fan. Jesse, a number of years ago, I used to do the Aztec games, and I've made more than one trip to Falcon Stadium, and I know what that altitude can be like. And for a guy like you that's a wide receiver, you've played up there before. It's kind of a tough environment to play in, and, of course, usually Air Force is pretty good. And I know it's early in the week, but have you had an opportunity to look at Air Force on tape and what they do defensively yet?
Yeah, we just started getting into the film yesterday, and we know just as always they're going to be a tough group of guys, and we know all their sacrifices they make on and off the field to protect our country. So we know what we have ahead of us, and we know the challenges that we're about to go against. But it's really all about preparation. And you mentioned the elevation; that's also going to be a factor. But all of our road games last year were also elevation, so you kind of know what to expect. Going into that, and we have to be in our best shape and be ready to go when you start to get a little fatigued. Just get mentally prepared and be ready for that.
Hey, Jesse, last question, because I know you got to get ready to head out to practice, but what was it like last year? I mean, what was it like, trying to play the football season during the pandemic, all the rules and regulations, and there were games you didn't know if you were going to play maybe until the last minute. What was it like being an experienced college player to have to deal with that last year along with your teammates, coaching staff, and support staff?
I mean, it's definitely strange. It was strange for everybody. We had to follow certain rules and regulations. Everything is on Zoom. So it was definitely a challenge, but you kind of realized that everyone else in the country also had to go through that challenge. So it was just about, having that mindset. And nobody has it better than us. Nobody has it worse than us. Just going out there and playing football. You get the opportunities and being ready to play football whenever we could.
Hey, Jesse, thanks so much for the time today. Continued success. Have a great ball game up at Falcon Stadium on Saturday, and we'll look forward to doing this again.
Awesome. Thank you, John.